The first altcoin that I've chosen to showcase to you today is going to be a bit of Chainlink. Starting off on the daily, guys, you can see all-time highs coming through around $52.99. From there, obviously, we have the insane May crash. Dirty price action for crypto in general. We do have a nice lower high after that, and you can see the trend line that we are forming along this zone. The reason why I've chosen this as my altcoin of the day today is because you can see that we did actually have a breakout scenario out of that symmetrical triangle, but right now we're actually in a breakdown from this rising parallel channel, right? And this could mean basically we're looking for a bounce point here. This could basically mean another sort of long position coming through for Chainlink, and we will get to that. Let me discuss the support coming through that we have seen like multiple times coming back from September 2020, right? A long goddamn time ago. December 2020. The support here is really quite strong. Obviously, bit of spillage here, nothing to worry about. Also, another level of support on the 21st of September 21. So actually, we know this is a symmetrical triangle to the upside, right? Really not too bad. In terms of a measure move, guys, in terms of a measure move for the previous long position that we were involved with here, we actually saw a lovely measure move completion there of around, let's have a look in terms of percentages there, around a 27% gain there for Link. This whole dump scenario is actually really good news, and this is why I want to stress with this, guys. And it's quite a common thing across a lot of the altcoins there, because now we're actually coming down again. We could be using this measure move for another long position, right? We could be making that 27% again. Again, amazing stuff. I think it's going to be a little bit more than that now. It's going to be around a 31.23% gain there. So if we are going to come down and get a really congruent test along this zone, then there's definitely going to be a long position to basically be taken advantage of. Now, in terms of jumping down to the shorter term time frame there, but yeah, so sorry, that in terms of price prediction for that measure move, it is going to be back up to around that $36.34 there. So very interesting stuff to see. Let's have a look at a measure move potential to the downside. If Bitcoin is going to continue have the continuation of the downside, then we are going to lose 58k there. Obviously, altcoins are going to be carrying on taking the hit. I think at this point in time, we are seeing a bit of a buyback come through, and it's just all the people waiting for lower prices who were like, I'm not buying the top here, guys. I'm waiting for lower prices because it's going to pull back. It's as simple as that. It always pulls back. So now it's basically just an accumulation phase coming through. Now, in terms of a price prediction for a measure move to the downside from this rising parallel channel, it's going to be still really big, right? Still really big. But as I was saying there, guys, we've got a massive level of support from the all-time high in terms of this trend line. So if we are going to break $27, it's actually really quite unlikely. So I really don't think we're going to be heading down to those sorts of levels, especially with the volume weighted ATR band coming up as well. This sort of bounce one is looking really quite good there. But yeah, if we do get down to these sorts of levels, if the downtrend is going to continue there, then hello money, this measure move on the macro scale, that 31% that we were just talking about, is really going to come into fruition there. In terms of managing that as a position, what I would say is going to be, we're going to want to be staggering our take profits, guys. We're not just going to be banging it up and hoping, fingers crossed to the moon for 31.23%. Is really quite unlikely, guys. We need to basically plan for any sort of reversals coming in there. So the way that you do that, say we're going to have an entry point around this sort of area, around $27.64, just for and simplicity's sake there. If we're riding that wave up, we know we're going to have another level around this area here, because you can see the resistance. You can see the level of resistance coming through from here multiple times here. You can also see the level of support that we are finding here. So this is going to be first take profit scenario, and then the second take profit, basically staggering them all the way up, guys. We're gridding our take profits. The reasoning for this is, as I was just saying, we're basically planning for any sort of reversal. We're not just going blindly for that 31% there. And basically what we're going to do, our stop loss probably below the 200 EMA there. And then once we hit our first take profit, we basically take our stop loss, we move it to our entry. So if we do get a reversal, yes, we do get stopped out. But at the end of the day, it's a successful trade. If we're letting this run up and we're making cold hard cash, we've got to be taking profit all the way up, because we do, say if we get a reversal, say at this $30 there, we're going to see rejection to the downside. It's going to be really quite bad, right? It's going to be really quite bad. And we're basically going to be giving back all that profit, right? We're not about that, right? We're here to take money. We're here to basically accumulate as much cold hard cash as possible, right? Let's move down to the shorter term time frames to see if we can get some sort of It's a bit messy, right? It's a bit messy. Let's get rid of that for now. Some sort of gauge in terms of what's actually happening. But to be honest, there's not really that much to be saying here. I mean, there is, I would say, a little tiny ascending triangle in the previous trend here. Nothing too crazy. Nothing really that much to go off. It's more just going on what Bitcoin's doing at this point in time, guys. But yeah, as you can see, overall, Chainlink is just having a buyback scenario coming through there. So we'll just have to see how this does behave compared to Bitcoin. But this does show a lot of confidence coming through for Chainlink in terms of not so much new investors, but people just accumulating and buying that dip. So overall, still looking fairly bullish for Chainlink. I would be worried if we did lose that that trend line that we were talking about there a second ago. That trend line coming down from the all-time high. If we did lose that, then the resistance you can see from September, very, very strong. So I would expect resistance to the downside from there. But to be honest, we've got a lot of bounce points as we were just discussing to get up from there. But that is going to be your daily update today for my first altcoin of the day on Link.